And live, we're live again. Another live lesson. So let's see if this works. Fantastic. All right, so let's wait a minute or something to see if anyone joins live. Amazing. So today, guys, another lesson. Today we're going to talk about proven ad targeting tips for coaches and freelancers. I'm going to take the time today to talk about what is targeting, what is not targeting, what is the only way you should really target people, not just with your ads, but with your content as well, and why you should do that. And I'm going to give you a very simple example of it, like practical example. So it helps you form your thoughts when you try to target your ideal customer. So let's give a few seconds and we can start. Targeting is a very big topic, and a lot of gurus are making money by lying to people that they have the secret, strategy how to target people and find my secret formula to target people and make a lot of money, which is a total bollocks. And we're gonna debunk all of that today. So it's been 2 minutes. I think we can start. So again, welcome to the show. Welcome to another free training for you guys. Today it's all about targeting, as the headline says, proven ad targeting tips for coaches and freelancers that work. So after doing this for a decade now and spend millions of dollars on ads, I'm going to tell you one thing. Nothing the gurus teach works about targeting. The only way targeting works is when you do your homework and you have a proven system to build concepts, follow them, be disciplined with them, and develop hypotheses and try to fix your funnels, try to find what sticks to your people. And now we're going to go more deeper into that. So as I said, today we're going to talk about a few things. First, we're going to talk about what is targeting. Secondly, we're going to talk what is not targeting. Third, we're going to talk about the only way you should be using targeting for your ads. And then I'm going to give you a practical example of how does that look like, because just talking philosophy just doesn't help anyone, right? So first, let's start. What is targeting? So if I ask you what does targeting your prospect actually means, I want you to take a moment and reflect and think about it. What do you believe targeting actually is? So I'm going to give you now a moment, and if you're live, leave a comment and just think about it. What is targeting? Like, how does it look like? If you had $10 million now to spend on advertising for your business, what is it that you're going to do, right? So targeting, the way I explain it, the way I understand it, and the way it brings me success is the following. Targeting equals way of thinking. Let's say that again. Targeting equals way of thinking. Targeting to me means how does my prospect think on daily basis? Not what do they do, but how do they think? Targeting to me is emotions. Targeting is like, what should I do in order to trigger certain emotions, which later on are going to trigger a purchase event for my business? What kind of emotions are that? What is my prospect going through in order they to come join this Facebook group and watch this video? Like, what kind of emotional roller coaster they've been through in order to end up watching me live right now? It's a very simple example, right? Targeting is solving problems, finding solution to their problems. Targeting is my prospect has a problem, and as a business owner they have many problems, but which kind of problem exactly do they have that I can fix for them? What kind of solution I can offer to them in order to solve this problem they have? And how do I do that? Targeting is triggering that specific emotion with a solution to that problem. And that might sound easy and simple to achieve, but trust me, oh my days, it's a difficult task to achieve. And the only way to really find out what it is I know it's a cliche, knowing your ideal customer, but you cannot really know your ideal customer that well. So targeting is psychographics. Targeting is entering into your prospect's mind. And you're not going to be able to do that by reading books. You're the only way to achieve that is by having meaningful conversation with as many leads as possible as soon as possible, to understand what they're saying, which kind of language they're talking, and that you can use that to target right. Targeting is way more than having an avatar for your ideal client. Like all the gurus will tell you, you need to have an avatar. You like that's just not enough. That might be enough 20 years ago, 50 years ago in advertising. Today, there's so much competition on the market, and we're not competing anymore for a client or for a purchase. We are competing for building long-term relationships with these prospects. In a way, it looks like it's never been harder to get a client on the internet because of the competition. But in the same way, I'm a pure example that it's never been easier to build meaningful relationship with a client, with a prospect, and convert them into long-lasting paying customers, because the money come when they're long-lasting paying customer. They don't come on a front-end sale. And in order to build that lasting relationship, the start of the relationship have to be based on an emotional level. You have to trigger them emotionally. You have to demonstrate expertise and give solutions to that problem. Now, what is not targeting? So remember when I asked you to think about it, what is targeting, before I start talking about the last chapter? Most of people, when I ask them this question, or my trainings, or my clients, or my prospects, or my leads, every time I get the same question, the same answer. Oh, they're dentists in this area, and they make this much money, and they're this age, and I want them to be my clients. That is just demographics. And that, in the modern era of marketing and advertising, is just simply not enough. If you say to me that your clients are dentists and they make this much money, and that's all you know, oh, they're rich people, they need to be rich people, like everybody wants to target rich people, that's just pathetic. uh, that means, and I've asked you, what more do you know about them? What is their pain points? What are their struggles? What kind of a problem the latest update of ChatGPT has caused them, or iOS 14, or things like that, or the newest legislation in Germany? How did it impact them financially, emotionally, hiring people, advertising? Like, just knowing what they do for a living, right, and how much money they make and which area they are living, it's not targeting. That's basics. That's not knowing your customer. That's a good start if you say, well, these are the people, now I want to learn more about them, And then you use advertising to drive as many as you can, so you can have meaningful conversation and understand how certain things have impact on their business and their lives. Then you're going to start understanding and building that relationship with your prospects and be able to advertise better and lower your cost of advertising, because now you know exactly how they feel about certain things and what kind of impact do they have on their business. Targeting is not, well, my ideal customers are social media coaches who teach people how to grow on social media, and they have over 50,000 followers. That's just not targeting. Like, that's just like basics. Like, that's not even a client's avatar. Okay. And if you that's all you know, and then you think that you're gonna be successful by the long term building successful advertising campaign, it's a ludicrous idea. Targeting is not age, gender, location, behavior, interests, and all these things that the Meta platform offer. You need to be way better than that. You need to dig way, way deeper than that. That's just demographics. And targeting has many levels. And the most important of all, again, is psychographics. How do these people think? And why do they think like that? And what kind of research are you going to do to find that out? And how much effort you're going to put into finding that out? This what truly matters when you want to target your ideal customer. Again, if you understand how they think, you can trigger certain emotions. Those emotions can lead to building a initial relationship with a prospect, and then by demonstrating expertise and understanding for their problems, you can offer solutions, and that can learn to purchase and long-term lasting clients. And when you do targeting for your campaigns, you have to have this in mind. Like, you want to imagine the whole journey of your prospect, of your customer. Like, don't think about how to get $7 or how to sell my course. Like, stop being that kind of entrepreneur. Like, stop doing that. That's not going to help you the long term. What you want to do is like have a full understanding of how that customer journey really, really looks like. How am I going to build this bond with my prospect? What I'm going to do, what kind of systems in place I can offer in order to understand them better and serve them better the long term, not just getting one purchase from them. And this is where most people and businesses fail, most of them. And especially when they start running ads, when the money starts fly from the wallet, then they give up even faster and they're in tremendous pain. Now, what is the only way? Now we go to chapter 3. Well, now we know what is targeting. Now we know what is not targeting. Now I'm going to tell you the only way to target for coaches and freelancers that work. So I'm going to talk a little bit philosophy, and I'm going to talk a little bit about technical stuffs in the platforms. First of all, every single platform is the same. Meta platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, including TripAdvisor, they're all the same. There's no difference between them. Most of them are copy paste of each other. And if you learn how to use the technical side of the platform, which is like several YouTube videos, and then you know how to use it, you know how to use them all. Very simple, very straightforward, right? Now, once you start using the platform, targeting is not clicking in the platform and try to hack the algorithm and using a specific targeting strategy that made me $10 million. And here is like you gonna these retargeting ads and these top of funnel ads and these bottom funnel, and you're gonna target this and then you're gonna retarget. Like, that is total bullshit. You know, you want to believe in that? Go for it. I can bet on my life it's not going to work the long term. You might get lucky in the beginning and you're like, damn, this works. And then as soon as you start scaling budgets, it all goes to freaking hell. And then you have the same problem to fix all over and all over and over again until you get to here, and then you jump on the next bandwagon, rainbow guru that rainbow and unicorns guru that promise you everything is going to be fine. The only way to target in every single platform you use is broad. And what does broad actually means? Broad means you're not trying to hack the platform. You select your location, you select the age, and you select the gender. And you don't touch anything else. And now you might say, Ivan, you're freaking crazy. I have interest here. I have this. First of all, you need to understand that smaller audience doesn't help you, and it doesn't help the ads work better. Smaller audience, first of all, means your ads are going to fatigue very quickly, which basically means you might make some money and then the ad's going to die, and then you need to find another ad and another ad and another audience and another audience. And it's just a matter of time. Probably the second time you're going to run out of luck, and then you don't know what to do again. Broad targeting means, again, location, gender, age. That's it. Now you need to understand that everything else you click in every single platform after that, like detailed targeting, interest, behaviors, look, everything else, it's like when you're purchasing something that's custom made. So more elements you add, it's going to cost you more per 1,000 impressions to reach to your ideal customers. Every platform is charging you mainly in impressions. And the way the platform is evaluating your contribution to the platform is the positive experience you're creating in 1,000 impressions. And that's how they decide how expensive or cheap your advertising will be, specifically Meta. I know in the other platforms there are a little bit hack tricks in here and there when they charge you per click and stuff. But in general, your job is to create positive experience. Now, you say, well, Ivan, how do I target dentists? If you tell me that I should just use broad audience, age, gender, and location. Well, thank you for asking. I'm going to explain you right now. So now, if you want to pay less for your ads and make them work forever, we said you use broad targeting only. I've talked about this many times. I even have a whole lesson before. You target with your creative, right? And what does that mean? Well, your ad has to understand not just the psychographics, not just the demographics of the people you're targeting, but it needs to understand how they think. And very simple way to target and pay little for your impressions is, let's use the dentists, for example. We say the ad starts, are you a dentist struggling to achieve that? So now, if I see your video ad that starts with like, hey, dentist, stop the scroll, or are you a dentist? Why would I watch 30 seconds of your ad if I'm not a dentist? So what happens is, once you start running this ad and you give it a little bit of time and budget, the ad sees who watched this ad longer, who interacts with this ad, who is having positive experience with your ad. And it learns from that because the algorithm is a learning machine, and it starts showing your ad to more people like that. So you're basically giving to the smartest machine ever made by humankind the right to go out, measure behavior, and show the ad to the right people. And you pay less for your advertising, and you target the right people. And this is the only way it works forever. Now, if your ad doesn't perform the way you want, it's because your ad is not good enough. It's not because the algorithm doesn't show your ad to the right people. Once you start running an ad, for example, in Meta, the first thing they do, they scan all your account, they scan all your interaction, they scan all your DMs, they scan everything you do and everything that anyone ever did or interact with any of your accounts in the freaking world, including websites and everything, like 50,000 data points per person. And the algorithm decides according to that who to show the ad to. So you're not smarter than the ad. You're not smarter than the algorithm, than the machine. So the machine will show the ad to the right people. But that's not even enough. So the machine, it's smooth, it's clear, does the job very well by itself. You target the right people with the creative, right? So first, just by starting the ad, addressing who this ad is for, video or an image ad, dentists, you do the demographics, is done. You can also go dentist in New York. So like that's it. Like if I'm not a dentist in New York, I just continue scrolling. And that's how it works, right? I just knock the demographics out of the way in 3 seconds. Simple as that. I didn't need to pay premiums into the platform to reach these people. And even Facebook talks about this into their website and their updates about specifically this. This is not something I invented. This is something I learned from Facebook. I ran a lot of money in ads, and I realized, freaking hell, so easy. Now, the next part is like, how do you add psychographics? How do you add what your prospects are thinking into the ad? So again, let's take the example of dentists. You start, hey, dentists in New York, if you're struggling with, etc. Now, what are they struggling with? Do you know? Do you know what happened the last 6 months in the industry? Do you know how the industry is behaving in the last year? Do you know the new legislations? Have you why you don't go and interview like 20, 30 dentists to find out like if they're repeating certain things in their talking, in their frustrations? And this is how you target people. Now, I'm going to show you why psychographics and the way people think, it's way freaking more important than any hack and trick out there in the internet. And like, this is the most important thing you have to figure it out in your targeting. Let's say, now we're going to talk about the why, right? So let's say let's take social media coaches, for example. Let's say you are helping social media coaches make more money on the internet, right? With ads. That's what I do, right? I help more kind of people, but let's say I haven't helped social media coaches that teach growth. So now we have 2 coaches. Both of them are social media growth coaches. Both of them are teaching people how to grow on social media, establish presence, become authority in their space, and make money on social media organically without ads, right? These 2 coaches are, one of the coaches is Samantha, and the other coach is Nancy. We have Samantha, we have Nancy. So they are both female, they are both 30 years old, they are both in New York, and they're both teaching social media growth and help people how to make money on the internet. So now, to the untrained eye, these are the exact same person, right? And if you create campaigns to target them, you're going to get some success, right? Because kind of there's some generic stuff that apply to them. There's some generic problems that these people face, right? But if you want to be master at targeting, you have to go deeper than that. And let me show you what I exactly mean by that by doing this practical example. Now, as we said, we have Samantha and Nancy, exactly the same people, exactly the same people. But Samantha is a Star Wars fan. Samantha is a Star Wars fan. And Nancy is a very different kind of girl. She likes Friends. So we have Star Wars saga fan and we have Friends fan. I personally hate Friends. I think that's the most unfunny thing in the world. And they were so popular, right? But anyway, So it's the same like saying Samantha is a heavy metal fan and Nancy is Britney Spears fan, right? It's not the same person. It's the same on the demographics, but they're not the same people. They don't fall for the same kind of shit, right? So now I have Samantha, who is a Star Wars fan, and Nancy, who is a Friends fan, right? So if I run a campaign and say, hey, if you're a social media coach who wants to make more money fast, they might both respond to it, but they're getting like million ads of like this, like 10,000. They've been served, both of them each, 10,000 ads per day, and they all say the same shit, right? So what Ivan would do, if Ivan knows a little bit more about these people, or even Ivan is doing concept testing, so I would develop two concepts here. So they both serve the same prospect, but I will develop two concepts, right? To see which people are more likely to fall for my message. So again, Samantha, Star Wars fan, Nancy, Friends fan. So now I will develop two different concepts of testing here. If I want to target Samantha and Star Wars fans, which I know there are quite a lot, my ad will go like this. Social media coaches, learn how to run ads like a Jedi. I'll put a Yoda image on it, right? But in the other concept, where I want to target Nancy, who is a Friends fan, I will do the same. I will do the following, sorry. Social media coaches. Social media coaches. Do not be Joy with your ads. And I have an image of Joy doing something stupid, right? So now you can see how like Nancy is not gonna fall for the Star Wars, like be a Jedi, because she doesn't even freaking like them. She thinks it's like boring, right? But then I show her ad with Joy from Friends and tell her, don't be Joy with your ads because Joy is synonym for being stupid, right? Or being like non-intelligent or a little bit late with your thinking. And she might laugh at that. Or I can be like, learn how to run ads like a proper Jedi, right? This is very simple but very powerful. So you can see like now I'm going to catch Nancy's quite a lot with the Friends ad, and I'm going to catch a lot of Jedi's and Samantha's with the Star Wars ad. And what I was trying to achieve here is I tried to achieve something deeper into their way of thinking, right? Something that maybe brings nostalgia sometimes in their life. Like nostalgia is one of the most powerful advertising and marketing tools you can use. Every time I see Michael Jordan anywhere, I just stop and I like, what is this? Because he was my idol as I was a kid, when I was a kid growing up. Like even today, I buy the Jordan shoes. Every time I check the Jordan collections, and I don't buy it because I like Nike. I buy it because it reminds me, or I like Jordan so much. It is because it reminds me of the childhood when I play basketball and I thought one day I'm going to be Michael Jordan. I was not that good though. So if you run an ad with that, you're freaking catching me, you know? I'll definitely watch that ad. And there's many other ways you can trigger emotion with me, for example. But this is a very practical example of what do I mean by targeting. This is how you target people. This is what you do when you have a proper concept system for testing and you know how to use that, you discipline, and you do your homework. This is how you bring different personalities of people into your business, because you don't want only one type of people thinking into your business. You want to have different kind of people, because different kind of people behave differently in different steps of your funnel. So you don't just stop by developing one concept or iteration of a concept. You constantly try to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. So I did this very simple example with psychographics of Samantha and Nancy, Star Wars lover and Friends lover, just to make it very easy so you can say, oh, damn, this is what he believes. This is what he thinks. I don't believe, I'm 100% sure. But you can go way deeper and say, oh, what if they have this kind of a problem? What if they have that kind of a problem? What if they have this problem? They both have this problem, but what if I offer a solution like this? And what if I try a concept but I offer a solution like that? Like, what is going to trigger a better emotional? Now, what is going to be a better emotional trigger in this scenario? And this is, guys, how you target. Like, stop running horrible ads that nobody wants to see, and stop listening to the gurus that tell you to do retargeting. And like retargeting, you do when you spend millions of dollars a month because you're driving enough traffic to your page. Like, I have ads that get 50, 60,000 impressions a day. Some of them 500,000 impressions a day. Like if you run retargeting, that means the people who said no to you initially because your ad is shit, now you're gonna force them to watch it 30 times, and when they start reporting your ads as spam and your advertising costs go up, and when Facebook shut down your account, you come online and say, "Hey, Facebook block my accounts. This is unfair. I don't know why they do that. I've done nothing wrong." That you did. You disrespected the people on the platform by basically bullying them and forcing them to watch something that's just not good enough, right? If your ads are good enough, they will work on broad audiences. I do this every freaking day. So I focus on finding how my prospects think. How can I target different emotions? You're targeting emotions, guys. You have to understand that. People they make decisions emotionally. And this is the only way to have success with your targeting. Stop clicking all these fancy buttons in the platforms. They're not your friend. They just mean we're going to charge you more. And if your ad is bad and nobody wants to see it, nobody's getting. And when you say, what do you mean my ad is bad? Like, if you don't have like 20, 30 comments in 1 week on that ad, like, your ad is terrible. Like, if you don't have 500 likes in a month on your ad is terrible. Like, nobody hits like, nobody wants to see that again. So you cannot just blindly trying to find the solution by trying to retargeting and do like this. Like, oh, this is the top of funnel ads and low funnel. Like, no, you need to learn how to make good ads. You need to have a creative concept testing system, so you can make decisions with high confidence. And when something works, you know exactly why it works. So when you can repeat success, when something doesn't work, you know exactly why it doesn't work. So you can be able not to repeat failure. And that doesn't happen by clicking 3 buttons with a terrible ad. So I hope so this makes sense, and it's going to help you a lot when you create content and when you run ads specifically, because ads are the most beautiful thing in the world, in the whole universe, and they are going to help you make a lot of money like nothing else if you know what you're doing, of course. And now I'm just going to answer one of the most common questions I usually get from prospects and leads when I meet them for the first time. Most of them ask me the following: can you target rich people? you know like, I want you just to target people that can afford my services. Now, let me be clear on this. The fact that the platform has an option to click a few fancy buttons here and there, right? And the fact that the platform is so powerful to be able to do that, it doesn't mean that what you have built, anyone wants to freaking see it. If you have no concept of proof that people actually love what you have, that buying what you have, nobody can help you. No social media manager, no guru, no ads, no platform, no targeting, no retargeting, nothing. And usually my counter question to that is like, all right, how many have you sold so far? Usually the question is, oh, nothing. I just have this built and I want you with your ads to sell it. And I'm like, oh dear. Go sell 100 and then come back, prove me that people want to buy this, and then we spend time on marketing. You cannot market something that people don't even want to buy. And if you don't have the proof that people want to buy this, and the only proof for that is to show me a balance sheet, like no hacking trick is going to help you. And no, you cannot target rich people. You target rich people with your creative, as I just said, with psychographics. You can say if you're a coach who makes 50,000 a month and wants to learn how to make 1 million a month, watch this video by the end. This is how you target rich people. And if I'm not a coach who makes 50,000, why would I want to watch that? Why would I give you 2 minutes of my time to watch your ad? Why would I spend another 15 minutes playing in your funnel? This is how you achieve that. But if you don't have the system to do that and you don't know what you're doing, like going into the, because if you target United States in Meta platform specifically, you can use like zip code, like number 5% of top earners, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna target the rich people. It's gonna cost you so much money, and there's nothing going to happen. You might get lucky and get some sales, but that's not scalable. You need to build a scalable campaigns that can run for 10 years without stopping, and you cannot achieve if you do that. So I hope so, guys. This was very useful. I'm looking forward to hear your questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Reach out on Facebook, reach out on Instagram. Find me any way you want. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. So if you want to have a chat and see if you can join my program when you teach all of this, how to do it like the pros with high confidence, find the link somewhere, book a free consultation. No sales of any kind. We're just gonna have a conversation to see if you're the right fit. If you're at the position where you need to be in order to be part of this program, and get some valuable advice that can help you grow your coaching and freelancing business. So it was amazing to talk to you again, and see you on the next one. All the best.